using my child support on myself is wrong. So what am I supposed to use my child support on? As long as my 7 kids are taken care of, it doesn't matter what I use my child support for. I don't know why people care that I go do my nails, that I go do my hair, that I go to the spa, that I go on vacations with my child support money. It doesn't matter. My kids are taken care of. I understand if my kids didn't have anything they need, didn't have anything they want, then it's understandable. But they have everything. They're not missing anything. So who cares if I splurge on myself? Me going to the spa, going on vacation, it helps me with my mental health. It helps me be stress-free. And that's when I could be the best parent that I could be to my children. I get $3,200 between my 7 children in child support. I separate at least $500 and use that for them. The rest is for me. In order for me to be the best version of myself for my children, I have to put myself first. So once again, please tell me what I'm doing wrong. Because spending child support on myself, there's nothing wrong with it.
I see these videos and like, I just hope like they're fake. Because as a human being, like, how can you possibly get on the internet and say something so absurd like this, like, and just not have no care in the world and just think you're correct? Like that's just wild. Like, imagine being a man, right, and paying $3,200 a month in child support, and then one of your 7 children, or a couple of your 7 children, because you know they all gonna ask. You know, you might get 2 or 3 that's gonna ask for something at the same time. They call you and ask, mind you, you just paid $3,200. They call you and ask you for some money, and you ask, "Where's your mom?" Ask your mom for the money. She said, "Oh, mommy left to go on vacation." And you go on Instagram and look and see that she's in a whole other country on vacation. She's in Turks and Caicos. She's in Cancun. She's just somewhere enjoying her life. With the $3,200 you just sent her, and yet your kids are still calling you, asking you for money, and you just paid child support. Like that, bro, that is wild, bro. That is wild. Like, child support is for the child. Like, I understand you might have, like, you know, a bill or two due that, you know, as that, I think that should be part of child support too. I think that's just standard. You have household bills, you know, your kid lives there, so, you know, the mother should use, you know, some of the money for, you know, her bills, her, to keep the house uphold, to keep your, you know, your kid, make sure your kid is good. So I understand that part. But as far as you taking the money for your personal reasons, saying that you're a mother and you need time to yourself, so you using the child support money for your personal reason, that's absurd, bro. Like, that's absurd. Like, the government really needs to come up with some type of system to monitor what the person receiving child support is spending the money on. Because taking trips with child support money, like, that is absurd. Child support money is for your children, bro. It's for the child, to make sure the child has clothes. If the child plays sports, the money goes to the sports. Like, things like that. That's what child support is for, not to be paying for you to go to trips. Like, that's what your personal income is for. That's for when you go to work. That the money you make from work, that's the money you save up to go on trips, not your child support money. You have 7 children. She's only giving the 7 children $500. I did the math. 500 divided by 7, it's like $71 and change per child. So out of $3,200, you're only giving each child $71 and change. That is crazy. $3,200. That's like almost $40,000 a year. Tax-free money, $40,000 a year, and out of that $40,000, you're giving your children, your 7 children, what, $6,000 for the year? That's what you're spending. That's what you're spending your money on. That's what you're spending child support on. That's what you're giving your children a year out of your child support, $600 in your pocket, and what, $32,000, bro? That is crazy. And you wonder why these men get on social media raving about child support, because it's not fair. You're spending all this money and, you know, and your kid still comes and asks you for things that the mother should be providing for, but yet they get the money and they spend it on themselves. They make sure they nails, they hair, everything did, so they could go enjoy free money. That's all it is, free money. The man, that could be the man last, you know, every month you barely surviving, paying child support, and you still gotta turn around and give your child money when the mother doesn't give it to them. You still telling him, oh, call your dad, ask your dad. Daddy just paid how much money in child support? How can you send my child to come ask me for money and I just pay so much money in child support? That is crazy. And what's even worse is if you go in the comments, it's women that agree with her that using child support money for their upkeep is the correct thing to do. She didn't say about putting money aside for the kids saving or for college or things of that nature. She didn't say none of that. All she said was, I take the money and I spend it on myself, and I just leave $500 for my children. Everything else is mine. I'm going to take trips and enjoy myself. I go through a lot of stress with these children, which, you know, mothers do. Not saying they don't, but I'm going through a lot of stress, and I'm using the money for my personal benefit to make me feel better about myself for being a mother. Like, at the end of the day, you know, you don't get no, like, it's sad to say, you don't get a reward for being a mother or a father. You know, it takes two to make a child, so you're just doing your job. You're just doing your job at the end of the day. It doesn't even matter if your kids are well off and everything is paid for. That money should not be spent on your personal use whatsoever. It should be put into other avenues for your children, to where, you know, they don't have to struggle. Imagine paying that for 18 years, bro. And then when the child turns 18 and, you know, they no longer, no longer get child support for them, and the child has nothing. Your child has nothing to fall back on. There's nothing left for your child, because that happens a lot. There's nothing left over for the child. If child support just stop, and then it's just nothing there. The child doesn't have no college money, no nothing. You know, and that's why kids grow up resenting their parents, because it's like, how you don't have nothing for me? Like, bro, it's wild just to think that's what some women really do. That's what some women really do. Take the child support and just spend it on themselves. Don't put no type of savings away for the child or nothing. It's just get the basic necessities and spend the rest on yourself. So now you got extra child support money, and then you got money if you work. So that's just extra income, tax-free income you get in, and you're not putting it for no use to your child to have a better life or easier, you know, going into adulthood. It's wild it's wild, but, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Drop down your thoughts on this video, because I love to see the response on what y'all think.